We thank God, people of God. My name is Reverend Foster Odoi again. We are starting a new program called The Positive Mindset of a True Worshipper. A positive mindset of a true worshipper. It's going to be just 10 minutes. 10 minutes quote. A quote. Today I'm starting with the first quote. God bless you. When you talk about mindset, we are talking about individual way of thinking. How people think. Individual way of thinking. The mindset of people. So we are talking about positive mindset of a true worshipper. Now, and your thinking about worship should be true, because worship is true. Your thinking about worship should be beautiful, because worship is beautiful. Your thinking about worship should be pure, because worship is pure. Your thinking about worship should be faithful, because worship is faithful. Your thinking about worship should be lovely, because worship is lovely. Am I making sense? So that's the meaning of the mindset. Individual way of thinking. Individual way of thinking. Okay, we thank God for today. Now, my first quote for today is, when we worship, we are joining to that which is already happening. When we worship, we are joining to something that is already there. Something that consistently is going on. Now, worship is not there in our time. Worship has been there. Now, we don't know baby a nyame fi. Ene ye hu baby a oko. Ene ye nim nyame a obatan a obo no, owo no. Ene hu papa owo nyame. And to say Bible says he's the ancient of days. That means that on one kasa obo no ho no, and obo osori e ka ho. What must ye? Now on one kasa obo no ho no, and obo osori e. He's the only God, he's the only Father, he's the only maker. Or no oba no. Or no sorry eka hobaye. Because or sorry duani anyamidi. Seriously, when you are hooked to a particular food, or when you are tagged through a doctor, or doctor told you that you should eat a particular food, no matter where you go, whether you are going to retreat or you are going to conference or you are traveling, wherever you go, you see that you have that particular food in your bag. But you don't care if you are quenching or not. You have it. You are tagged by that particular food. So they said, as for George, this is the kind of food he wants. So all the joints in Kumasi, or all the parties you go in Kumasi, or all the friends' houses you go in Kumasi, they know you for a particular food. So a particular food that the God we serve, the Ancient of Days, eats and likes, is the food of worship. So I believe so on one kasa no oba existence, and that's on one kasa oba ewiase, and kasa on one kasa no oba ye nyame no, or the sorry and the nam. That's what we have the 4 living creatures and 24 elders all around him. Into on one kasa no obeye nyame, no obeye hene, no obeye ancient of days, no obeye nipa kese e wiase nyina ehye ne nsase ehye kutoa no no kasa wa bon ne sorry and ne sorry for. He has already created his worship and those who worship him. So what I'm trying to say, that it is not your time that worship was formed. It is not your time that worship was created. Life worship. Now worship, or say the first quote, or say worship, or say when we worship, we are joining to that which is already happening. We are joining, Timmy. When we worship, we are joining with something that is already happening. So worship has been there for a long time, and the people are doing it. Now yembra generation, yembra Ghana, and yembra Ewiase. And Yemenkwane Yumtuni and Wiase. And then Americans and Kwan Yumtuni Wiase. And then Ghana Yaps Munya. No, before even Yaps mobile background, there was singers. Those worshippers. That means that the new generation we have today never have a mindset say it is your time and a worship by it is your time and environment of worship by. No, worship was not created in your time. Worship has been there for a long time. It has been there. And sana yebe we and nanum no. Worship has been there. So our grandfathers will never say that worship came in their time. Our grandfathers will never say that worship came into on one kasano omo betu worship. Doctor be able to worship, nurses be able to worship, grandmother be able to worship, grandfather be able to worship, papa and mommy be able to worship. Me say, I am funyina be to worship. Then they make us say, president, head of states, our government, our assemblymen, our ministers, everybody. OBBI, no worship was there already. Now let's look at our cultures. Our cultures in our nations. Every culture here, culture, there is a worship goes on in the culture. Now, Bisam say, that word worship, and then no create our worship into their cultures. That means Onyamina obo Sonia Sassino. He has the element and he has the seed of worship into Amama and Biano. Every nation and every religion and every tribe Biano or the drop of worship. So Gans have a way of worshiping, and Ashantis has a way of worshiping. Then Fantis has a way of worshiping. The Northerners has a way of worshiping. The Americans has a way of worshiping. South Africans have a way of worshiping. Nigerians have a way of worshiping. Now the way of worship worshiping wana and the criticize our way of worshiping. Now wana and they drop it into that nations, and one and they drop it into that religions, and one they drop it into that places. Nothing when we come, it's Nigerians that I see them do. When Nigerians, you go to Nigerian churches, you see their culture dancing and display even in their church. That means there is a God that controls culture. There is a God that controls what the kings and the kingsmen thinks about. The worship you see in our culture, see in our religions, or see in our nations, they were not formed by our presidents, or they were not formed by our kingsmen or our leaders, but it was formed by God, because God is the initiator of worship, and God is the original of worship, and God is the establishment of worship, and God is the founder of worship, and God is the maker of worship. In Tiana, Tieme, Obo Yamenina, no on one casano, or Den no sorry enam data into obedient and ya or sorry be and obey you. We are seeing even praising God. He's only sitting on worship. Or Ababos or Tenema Aye Yeshu. He's only sitting on worship. Into and ya worship no and be pulling me. So when you are worshiping, don't think that it is your time. You praise and worship leaders. You praise and worship backers, you singers, you tough musicians, you technical singers, and you dynamic singers. I don't know how you call yourself, and those so-called ministers of praise and worship. Now you should know that when you are standing on the stage and you are performing, remember that a worship did not come in your time. Stage now ujana o performing, obie jaso a performeda. TV now ujaso a performing, obie jaso a performeda. Radio now ujaso a performing, obie jaso a performeda. And this is your season and your time. So don't have that mindset say uniwa obi to me and I say what master the obi to me and I say this is a power. Have a positive mindset and know that when we worship, we are just joining to that which is what is already happening. It is a you are not the original of worship, and you are not the one who is starting the worship in that time. That Sunday or sure I started and I will start it. Hear me. Anytime our church will have worship and you are standing there to lead praise and worship, remember that you are not the one who is starting the praise and worship. The worship in that particular time has already been started in heaven. You are just continuing. You are just continuing. Fast and because all the shower do not say pray just stage. So wherever you are standing, whether in the conference ground or convention ground or a crusade ground or a revival ground or prophetic ground or even service ground or fast and prayer, wherever you are standing, you as a praise and worship leader, and you as instrumentalists, and you as backers, and you as pastors, and you as deacons, and you as congregation members, TMA ne hu say enya wo mreso e no sorry e bae de se wo gira na wo sorry nyakopon wa enya na wo hye osori na say obi asase dada encrophobia here from 24 elders and 4 living creatures o ma start dada and na wo to aso Oh, come on. Am I talking to somebody? Almost started at that. And I will to us. In the first one, have the mindset that what I'm doing now, the singing I'm singing, the instrument I'm playing, the vocals I'm giving, whatever I'm doing in the church in times of worship, I should know that I'm just continuing. Because Obi has started at that. 24 elders, Bible says, and they worship him. Now let's read it. Revelation chapter 11, verse 11, Revelation chapter 11, verse 16. 11 verse 16. Also, and the 24 elders who sat before God on their thrones fell down their faces and worship. They sat on their throne. Now, do you have a throne? You don't have a throne. So I don't know how you are. Who throne be? If you assure them, hey, you need baby ama what's your bontain? And I say, who just get nature? And now just remember that's nature. The time I show up. You have no thrones, but even those who have thrones, they know that they have to cast down they have to move from their throne, stand up from their throne, and kneel down and bow before him and cast their crowns and worship him. So, and the 24 elders who sat before God, they sat before God on their thrones, fell their face and worship God. Now let's read Revelation chapter 7. Verse 11, chapter 11, verse 16, where chapter 7, verse 11. Also, and all the angels stood around the throne, and the elders and the 4 living creatures fell on their face before the throne and worshipped God. They fell, that means that they are there 24/7. And then and then and then and then whatever you are doing today comfortably, you have to know that the angels who are in heaven, they are not doing what you are doing right now. They are not playing ball, watching ball, or they are not relaxing or sleeping, or they are not doing what you are doing for entertainment. But what they are doing 24/7, they are worshiping God. Holy, 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 holy. They said, blessed and honor and glory and power belongs to him. Blessed and honor and glory and power. 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 Blessed and honor and glory and power be unto him that sits on the throne, the Lamb of God, who reigns forever and ever, the Ancient of Days, Jehovah Sabaoth. See me into what relax now. What's on what? Half time, and I say, why you don't they are made to do that. They are made to worship God. They are created to worship God. So they are there worshiping God 24/7. They are worshiping God. They say, "Oh, sorry, no devotion. Oh, sorry, no evening service. Oh, sorry, no Sunday service. Oh, sorry, no Sharia." Now you are just continuing what they are doing in heaven, and not that you are the one starting. You can't start worship, and you can't start worship. They started and you continue, because when we are worshiping, we are joining that which is already happening, already there or happening. So I'm here. So I have my first quote is, when we worship, we are joining to that which is already happening. Remember, it's about our positive mindset as a true worshiper. I hope you are blessed. See you another day for quote 2. God bless you. My name is Reverend Foster Odoi, the pastor of Theophny Global Tabernacl, Ghana, in Kumasi, on top of Prudential Bank, Afokwanta. You can get my number 0244712616. Thank you. I love you all. Sorry to put on short here. It's 10 minutes. A word, a quote. God bless you. Have a nice time.